see, are we on? Here we go. Oh, by the way, Noble, I just noticed, what was two weeks from now? Is that the Castlevania, collection? Okay, that's what I thought. I did get the arcade collection. I don't know whether to stream it or do an LP of it, since I've kind of been busy with streaming this as of late. I'd like to at least do an LP of Haunted Castle, though. Okay, I think we need to go to the prosecutor. Yeah, here we go. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. Looks like he's writing something. Oh. Hey, Edgeworth. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. What is it? Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility is the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Back to the, that Konami arcade collection. Like I said, Haunted Castle was the one I was most interested in. The others seem to be, your pretty typical, like, 2D shooters. I don't know if I'm gonna on-screen those. I might. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. Well, I mean, Phoenix and Edgeworth were friends as kids, and hopefully, even now to an extent. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Huh? Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. That list, didn't it look kind of like what we just saw we saw Gant looking at, and he quickly stuffed it in his desk as soon as we saw? After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this. Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Oh, that screwdriver. Take something back. This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Come now, right? You can't seriously expect me to just sit down and chat with you about the case over a cup of tea. But this isn't related to the case, remember? You said so yourself. So I did. Chief Gant gave this to you that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it here from the police department. Chief is a very competent man. But sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. So, he wasn't intending to come back, and yet he did in time for Lana to take the knife from his car, kill Goodman, and stuff him in his trunk. That sounds bizarre. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense. A certain detective comes to mind. This picture is hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Yeah, we see how that King of Prosecutors award. Prosecutor Neil Marshall, he just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the Chief of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall's holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. Its tip is broken off, just like Joe Dark's knife. Is that just a coincidence? There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Oh? Is that it? Oh, here we go. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd. The second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. What is it, like the all-piercing spear versus the unbreakable shield? Or something like that? Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Oh. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyways, you mentioned the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. I see, so the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. Interesting. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. So why is this trophy missing the piece of the spear? That's funny. Why were you only given a shield? Yeah, that's... Exactly. You'll have to ask Chief Gant. Everything comes back to him, doesn't it? 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Why? Chief Gant. 2 years ago, the halberd was removed at Gant's behest, given its current form. And there was this piece of paper that they said Edgeworth tossed it away when we came in. I wonder who he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth's sitting right there. Just distract him, I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth! Hey, buddy! What's up? Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on, first let me see what the girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. What? 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 Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. Oh no. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of this is your fault! I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Man, he is being way too hard on himself. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. I think I know. Anything else we can talk to Edgy about? No. Oh. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, you again. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Oh. Well, sure. If you're offering. Miss Starr, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kinda like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Right. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident, including her. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? Right, yeah, that. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. She sounds like she wasn't lying, though. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. I mean, because of his brother's death. They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? Huh? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. Oh? He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he's handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. Also, more forged evidence then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence, yeah. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall? When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she'd lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Then... Miss Starr. That's why. I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Yeah, they all say after that incident, her personality just completely changed. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with that forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, after that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? So this is all... So especially Star and Marshall, they are smelling a major conspiracy here. If he can control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her to change. Something that happened that night that incident happened. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Can I show her any evidence? It might cause her to give me some, I'm hoping she'll give me some more, bento boxes. Miss Star. Only thing I can give you now is a poppy seed rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this and maybe you'll be able to tell black from white in court tomorrow. Because, like I said, I saw there was an achievement for her showing us all of her different bento boxes. I don't know if I've already missed something, but doesn't seem to be responding to anything. Here, I think this was the stuff that we had when we talked to her before. Okay. No, I think we need to head back to, yeah, Criminal Affairs. Where's Dick? Oh, you're back! You're still here? Gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. Turn into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Yeah, really. Some detective. Oh, that DJ! Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. Be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Well, what if we showed you this? What's this crumpled up piece of No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far! Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. That's why they're excluding him. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. Damn. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, Detective. Thank you. Okay. Allows access to areas of the PD open to detectives. So we can go back to the chief's office. Emma, don't start playing with the organ again. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Oh, he followed us here. Ah! Oh my god, did she slap him? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Oh my god. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, what was the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable. Oh, damn. Hey, don't do that to my card! Oh, dear. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I get a bad feeling about this. What we got here? Okay, yeah, we got the Phantom of the Opera shit here. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. Oh, it is, really. When a detective screws up, the Chief calls him to his office and makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the Chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's beside the point. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier, yeah, he stuffed something inside. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like list of evidence. List of evidence. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Edgeworth said the same thing, didn't he? Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. Wonder what this is doing here. Oh. Hold on, detective. What'd you just say? Said I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long? That's right. Guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case! It would appear so. List of evidence in the SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Can I take a closer look at it? Oh, no. Wait, what is this? Huh. That looks important. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. We found this inside the drawer. List of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list. What would this list be doing here? We better look a little more into this. It's a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word's ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Oh. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. Do I? Ooh, if it's what I think it is. 7 digits. I have a hunch. Oh, I know! You want to try my birth date? It's... No, that's not it. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. 7777777. Bingo! Yes, exact. Thank you, Phoenix. What number did you enter? That ID number. The one who came in. It's all coming together. Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean... Yes, blah, 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 blah. That ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time. I don't know. I'm not keeping score here. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a... Huh? A shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? I know. That broken urn. There's something else in here, too. What is that? Looks like a piece of leathered cloth. And there's a handprint on it. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wear a shirt like that once. When? You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, afraid he can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Yeah, like this. Detective Gumshoe, can you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yeah, that one. It was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Alright. Let me see that shard. Take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. There we go. There, it fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. Well, I mean, I saw what looked like blood stains on it, but there's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood. Yeah, you just now noticed it? You didn't see it on the other pieces? I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? What else can we look at in here? This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. Chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone to this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? Probably. That's it, I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh! Careful what you say! Who knows, the chief may be hiding this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. If he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from here... First, the chief wanted to use stained glass for the window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind so you wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Stained glass or not, it's just a huge window. What about over here? Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through and jump outside. What? No, not particularly. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making a detective, I always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window. When he gets fired. Oh. Don't say that! These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Oh. This was Lana's desk. Sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gamma still keep it clean in memory of her partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her, or in memory of the crime? Picture again. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. Bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? There is... If this was... If this is where the crime scene took place... Can we, yeah, can we spray for... Oh, yeah, we got us a blood stain here. Whoa, this area must have been covered in blood. Is this from that incident? Must be. When Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years have passed, so the reaction's kinda dull. So a murder really did take place here. Move side, Gumshoe. Spray this side. Not getting anything over on this side. What about the fingerprints? Oh, I can't do anything with it? Oh, wait. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. Strange reason to leave it here. He leaves as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gann and the clean lady who's here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. Be what? No, there's no way. Never mind, don't worry about it. What? What do you... Okay, now let's look around a little bit more. Hey, hold on, not so fast, buddy! What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so it's bothering you. You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. What do we do? Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. I know what that is. You want to take some fingerprints? It's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking your hand out like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. Is it... it's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Yeah, the one with the handprint on it. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Right. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check the prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth and absorb the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Oh. Give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be good for matching prints, will it? Doesn't look like we got a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Okay. Oh. This shot won't be good for matching prints. Okay. Ooh, this one's looking a bit clearer. Still not clear enough? Oh, whoa. Ah, here we go. Nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, Gant, no. R, D. That's Emma's fingerprint. Is that right? Those are Emma's fingerprints. No, how can this be? What does that mean? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. What does this... What does that mean? Oh, that's too bad. Thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you! Over here! Huh? What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Get a bad feeling about that. Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Found Chief Gant's safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. No, that's not very kind, is it? Oh. In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Uh-oh. Is that who I think it is? Ah, shit. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out! Yes, sir! Oh, we'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Emma, he means? Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator. You, the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright! Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh. Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't ya? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the Chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. Noble, when you talk about bloodstain, are you talking about when I was spraying the luminol, or the official release date for Ritual of the Night, which I had also seen earlier today? It's absolutely nothing, not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. Yeah, I definitely want to, I'll definitely be LPing that game once it drops. But first, when I saw that, I just realized I haven't finished, Curse of the Moon yet, at least not the Nightmare mode. I still have the last 2 levels to do. I really need to go back and do the... hopefully finish those 2 before then. I said I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I think I know who it is who's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Yeah, and before Castlevania Collection too, because, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be done with Ace Attorney Trilogy before Castlevania Collection comes out, because, again, that's another one I want to stream. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Okay, we gotta... Should we show her some of this new evidence that we found in the chief's office? It's not gonna be good now. We gotta get Lana to tell me everything she's hiding. Should we just talk to her normally? Okay. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. Yeah, I doubt I'm gonna finish the whole trilogy. Again, like I said, I'm hoping to finish at least Phoenix 1 tonight. But then there's the matter of 2 more games after this. You insisted you did it, yet there's no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. Gant is blackmailing her, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I speak of? Who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Yeah. Take that! Well, Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. Oh, I'm well aware there's gonna be lots of save scumming. No matter which Castlevania it is. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Then again, I could beat Castlevania 1, 2, and 4 without save scumming. So hopefully that counts for something. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Well, I didn't quite, Noble. I still save scummed in between recordings. To be perfectly honest. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? I mean, Bloodlines is hard enough as it is, but then that game adds Finite Continues to the mix, which just makes it even worse. Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who had possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Okay, I think we've got it, too. I found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? He is blackmailing her. The piece of cloth has Emma's fingerprints. That's gotta be relevant. Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. What were these orders? Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you weren't the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while discovering the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Okay. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. I see. And that was what Angel Star saw. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. Oh. Okay. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. Seems I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Don't feel bad scumming on that one game. Well, there's a lot of games that could in that collection that could refer to. Are you talking about Castlevania 3? Because as good as that game is, that is one that I cannot beat without save scumming. Why'd you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? The other? Are you talking about the adventure? Took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. Ah, yes. That one also needed save scumming. Did I don't know if I beat that game on screen, I think I did, actually, but again, it took a lot of... I did do an LP of it a couple years ago, but again, it did require a lot of save scumming in those last couple of levels. Yeah. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stop the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister. Yes. To tell her what happened, and ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma. I didn't want anyone in the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma's so confident. Yet she denied this phone conversation about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Oh. To Marshall? Why would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. Ah, and that's why he went incognito. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman, tried to steal the evidence. He already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Why? Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? Okay. Now then, I think I'll take a quick break, and when I come back, it's endgame. I'll see you in a few minutes.